Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome to another episode of Blaster Masters NERF. Today I want to bring you guys a quick little overview of the mods I'm doing on the Scout and Strike Scout ix3. I bought a packet of two, as you guys, if you guys saw the previous episode of Blaster Masters, I did a unboxing and review of the Scouts. So I got a 2-pack from eBay, since you can't really buy them at Kmart anymore. Got them from eBay, and I just want to go over quickly about some things I did to the Scout so far. This is kind of like a trial and error kind of thing. I'm doing some testing on these two products. As you guys can see, I weighted the handle. That's the first most visible obvious mod. I just weighted the handle a little bit with some pennies and hot glue. Should give it a nice little sturdy feel to the grip. But let's see what else I did. I don't know if you guys can see, this is the priming handle on the top. And what I did, I haven't done it to both, I just did it to one of them. I drilled the little holes in it, as shown in one of Drax's videos. I also drilled the air restrictor out of both of these blasters, and as you can see, there is brass 17/32 tubing in there. That is done on both. Now, what is different about these two so far is I'm testing to see which one has better performance. I did the tubing on both. There's a slight difference. If you guys can see, this one, what I did is I grabbed the original 17/32 pipe, and I made some little ridges in there. I don't know if you guys can see that very well, but yeah. So basically what I did is I grabbed that, and then I started doing a little twisting motion inside the tube to remove a little bit of the material, because it was almost perfect fit, but it still needed just a little bit of material removed. So I just did a twisting motion to remove the material out of this tube, and then I ended up sliding the tube in there all the way. As you guys can see, there's a little bit of like warping in there from me doing that, removing the plastic inside, but it doesn't really matter because I have the tubing all the way in, all the way to the back. Yeah, so right there. So, and then I use 2 O-rings. I use the O-rings from both of the Scouts. I put them in here along with the brass. So yeah, I wanted to see how the seal would be. Try not to pinch them, but yeah, the seal appears to be pretty good. Maybe I could possibly try to add a little bit of Teflon tape under them to even to expand the O-rings even a little bit more. I don't think it's necessary, but maybe I'll try that. And the difference between that one and this one is this one, it's one of Drax. Man, this is really super tight. So I think what I did is I rolled tape around the actual pipe. I cut that orange tube out, and I added electrical tape till it was thick enough to go inside the plunger tube, and that is a really nice tight fit. So I'm guessing this one's gonna be the better performance one. Guys, as you guys can see, it's real tight. Michael, Can you give me a second?
Okay.
Can you pull this tubing out real quick?
This
Pull
one?
that out, yeah. As you guys can see that was I was holding the entry, and I removed the plunger tube, and it made a popping noise because the seal on this thing, it's like perfect. So I really think this is gonna be a better performing one. You want to do that again, please, so that
Okay.
in case you want to see that. Yep. So want to slide that back in.
Oh, you
So,
did
yeah.
the penny mod to it?
No, I haven't done no penny mod to this. But yeah, and can you remove the plunger tube on this one? Hold on. Wait, put it back on. I gotta put my thumb over the thing. Alright, want to do it? See? That's the difference. Now, this is a pretty nice fit. But the one with the electrical tape over it, it's like super perfect. So, I'm gonna try both to see which one performs better. I will first be doing it with the stock springs to see which one works the best, and once I find that out, I will be doing an upgrade spring with the retaliator spring, and then we'll be testing that out as well. So one of my findings here with the NERF Scout with the electrical tape plunger on it, using the stock spring, right now the plungers retract. It's fully retracted to the non-prime position, as you guys can see the little orange part right there. And okay, I just primed it. You guys can see it's all the way back now. I'm going to load a dart here real quick for you guys, and I'm gonna do firing quick test just to show you guys what I found. So there it is. You guys can see that nice little pop, but as you guys can see here, this did not retract completely all the way. And if I wiggle this, you guys cannot really hear much of that spring in there. But when I manually retract this all the way, there we go. So it's retracted all the way now. You guys can see that spring rattling inside because the stock spring, it's not long enough. It really is not long enough. It's too short for this blaster now. Maybe I can show you guys with the one that is still open. Michael, can you hold the camera for a second? Just point down here.
Okay. Like that?
Yep, just like that. I'm going to, if I load the plunger tube in its proper position, that's where it should be. And if I grab the stock spring that came with the blaster and slide it in, you guys can see right here that it's not even inside the little slot on the bag. There's about a finger of empty space right here, and that is just not good. We definitely could upgrade these springs. So I'm gonna, I mean, you guys could definitely put something in back here, you know, to hold the spring and give it a little bit more compression. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just gonna look for a better spring. I already had in mind putting a retaliator. I know the retaliator spring, it's longer than this, but I might just end up cutting it to where it's a perfect fit from the plunger tube all the way to the back of the case. So that was just a quick finding that I want to show you guys. So I am going to look for some springs and then I'll get back with you. Alright guys, this is the Scout with the electrical tape plunger system thing, and I used the retaliator spring and I cut about this much off the spring.
So like,
so barely anything. Yeah, like one little ring. And I'm gonna prime it.
Look out, Brooklyn. Look out.
It catches pretty nice. It's still not screwed together, so I'm gonna hold the blaster while I test fire against the target. You want to stand on this side so they can shoot it. Firing. Alright. There we go. So yeah, that's with a retaliator spring, and I think that shoots really, really nice. So I'm gonna go get another retaliator spring, stock spring, and I'm gonna put it on this one. That was the first upgrade spring that we tried on the previous video, but I don't think it's got as much power as the retaliator one, so I'm gonna put retaliator on both Scouts with both plunger, different seals, the one with electrical tape and the one with the 2 O-rings. And once I have both retaliator springs, we'll see which one performs the best.
Hey YouTube, today I had a chance to test the Scouts that I made. My results were the Scout that had the brass breech with the electrical tape. There was 3 layers next to each other to make the length of the brass plunger tube, and that one had the best seal from both. And with the retaliator spring in it, I barely had to cut any of it. It was really long and it was pretty challenging to close the blaster with the retaliator spring because it was longer than the stock. It was actually longer than the space available inside the blaster, so I had to compress it a little bit and put it in. So it was a little bit of a challenge, but once it was close together, it primed beautifully and it shoots really good with elite darts. Shoots extremely good with the Whistler darts, and it shoots the best with the Stephen darts, with just regular foam back rod, hot glue, the washers, and the felt pads. So I don't know whether you guys call them what do you guys call them? Having a brain fart. I forgot specific name that's referred to those kind of Stephen darts, but anyways, it's gonna bug me now for a while. But yeah, that one was the best one. So if you guys have a Scout and you guys want to do the brass plunger, a brass barrel, I should say. If you guys want to do a brass barrel for your Scout, I suggest just cutting the tube, the orange tube that's in it, the orange barrel, cutting it, and just leave the front tip of it because that's where you place it into your blaster. That acts as a guide as well. You guys can refer to my blasters when they were open so you guys can see which part I'm talking about. And just do an electrical tape instead of using the original barrel and the O-rings. Just get your electrical tape and keep rolling it up until you got the right thickness and test it to make sure it slides in. Once you got the right fitment, it'll be a perfect seal. It'll get you a lot of power. So for being a Scout, small little blaster, for being a pre-elite blaster, it's shooting really good and I'm really happy with it. I will not be using that as a secondary pistol. I'm just gonna attach that to one of my primary blasters and use it as a front grip and a secondary blaster within my main blaster. So it's gonna be an integration. I'm just gonna add it together with my little metal NERF to NERF connector. So yeah, that's gonna be the purpose for it. I still think you guys should get an elite blaster because you don't have to go through the trouble and the hassle of it. But if you guys really like the Scout like I do, and you guys like and enjoy modding, go ahead and do it. I had a lot of fun doing it. I'm really happy with the way it came out, and it's gonna stay with me now. I'm not gonna get rid of that Scout. I'm not gonna buy any more Scouts anymore because one is good enough for me. That's all I need. And yeah, so that's the end of this video. So if you guys like what you see, comment, like, subscribe. Man, I could never find the button.